providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Caregiver Crossing. We're so glad that you're here. If this is your first time joining us, this is a little show that's brought to you by our friends at Joy's House, presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates. And we're here with you every week, and we talk about all things caregiving, and we also have some fun, too, because we got to. I'm Terry Stacy, along with Tina Bina McIntosh.
That's me.
And I'm Noah Taylor.
Sorry, I kind of lost my voice when I was trying to say, hold on. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Oh, no. And my phone was on. Oh, it's a disaster.
Well, it started out this way, if I might.
Well,
So,
are you going to talk about the other day when you were here?
oh, yeah. What
For
day?
when we were recording the other day and the fire drill
Yes, I
went
wanna
off?
talk about that.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So just as I had the good fortune of being here at Joy's House, Adult Day Service, lots of guests, and we're getting ready to do some stuff, and all of a sudden the fire drill goes off.
Yeah, so for
The fire alarm, I guess.
For those who aren't familiar, Joy's House is a not-for-profit. We're a center for caregivers and adult day services. And so, yeah, we have to do fire drills, but when they go off, those of us on staff, like Noah and me, and then Terry was in studio with us, we don't know when they're going to go off. Our operations team does that. And so we don't know if it's real or a drill. And so the fire alarm went off. It was a drill. But Terry, it was your first time
It's my
in a
first
fire drill
time
with
in
us.
A fire drill with me, and it really was. It's an amazing machine how it all comes together and works, because you have. I mean, I can't imagine how many guests.
I mean, I think we probably had 30
30 guests or
35
so,
today.
35
Yeah.
guests.
Well, yeah.
And then staff. And just think about this, you guys. It would be truly, you're looking at an adult day service. You've got these 35 guests that are here that you need to quickly mobilize to a safe place outside of the building.
You just said words quickly and mobilize.
It's really amazing to watch them do it. There is a plan. I mean, you have to have a plan. Something I did not think about. All I thought about was I forgot my cup
You know, you did.
when I had to make
and
my
that
way
was
out the building.
tragic. Thank goodness it was a drill, but we got everybody out. It was quick, but you have to look for the fire trucks. You've got to take all the proper keys to make sure you can get out of gates appropriately. Does everybody have their assistive devices? Some people need assistance with transferring. Like, it's a big deal, and you've got to get everybody far enough away. Here's my question. Do you all have practices at home?
Well, you should.
I can't say we do at home.
Nope.
I don't either. We should.
I automatically do certain things when it happens, especially tornadoes. We've had so
Yes.
much bad weather here this year already, and truly, I grab my jewelry. I grab,
Oh, you
I
do,
have
you
my
have
things.
things. Okay.
I have the chair set up downstairs in the basement, so I do have a plan, and we've done it so many times. But if you don't have a plan,
Yeah, you just have to
you got to
have
get a
one.
plan.
And so, yeah, we did it
Especially
and
when
did
you're
it.
caring for somebody, right? That
Right. Yeah, for
Who
sure.
might have physical capabilities.
What's going to happen
Yeah.
if. So, you know what else you need to have a plan for? Hold on.
Can you pronounce it?
Cyclosporiasis.
Oh, yeah. This is explosive.
Well, that was close enough.
What is it really?
Yeah.
I believe it's cyclopsoriasis.
No, it's
Cyc-
psoriasis. And it's the diarrhea. It's
Explosive.
the explosive diarrhea.
Yes.
Or
it
maybe
is.
a week, maybe a day, maybe 2 weeks.
I don't know enough about what's going on with us. Can you tell me? I've heard a little bit.
Well, it's really all around us right now, and we do have cases now reported in Marion County, from what I've heard. So it's not anything that's contagious, right? We don't spread it from person to person. It truly is a parasite that is in something, fruits and vegetables that are fresh. So I'm eating a lot of canned corn right now.
Stop it.
So
it's
I'm
in
bound
healthy
up.
stuff, but you can't see it.
But you
That's
can't
exactly
see
right.
it. And if you do have that lettuce, or you do have that produce, or fruits, it all needs to be cooked
No.
at 150 degrees and hotter to kill the parasite that could be in it. So if you have these things in your refrigerator.
Wait, so I'm supposed to throw out all my berries and cucumbers
unless you
and
wanna cook 'em.
greens, and I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to eat it.
I would say
Well-
just make sure that you thoroughly wash it before you eat it.
Yeah.
Too.
Probably don't do that either. What's the problem though? Like,
it's
I mean,
even-
it's like a food poisoning, but it's a
It's a parasite.
It's a bug.
It
It's
is
a
a
little
parasite.
worm.
It's
Yes.
a worm. Well, I don't know if it's
Probably
a
had worms
worm.
before.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah.
Some of the
I had worms when I was in kindergarten.
But everybody's like freaked out. What?
It spread through the class.
The worms?
Started with somebody.
Okay, that's terrifying.
You had
Yeah,
the worms?
I remember I had to take a pill that turned my poo black.
Black?
Black blocks.
About this, right?
Yes.
Like this has been a big CDC thing. And tell me more.
There are over 800 confirmed domestic cases since May 1st, 2026. And that's...
Is it a big deal, though? Is it like a zombie apocalypse? Like, what am I supposed to be
I don't
freaked
think
out?
you want it.
No, I don't think that we should be panicking, but I think it's basically just a note that we should be cautious of our food safety all of the time, regardless of if there's a parasite or not. I think this matters most, though. Maybe not most is not the right word, but this matters a lot for our caregivers who are cooking food for their loved ones. I mean, can you imagine that one of our guests with an Alzheimer's diagnosis ends up getting this this illness from food?
I mean, yes. I'm struggling a little bit on like, I hear this all over the news right now. I don't know a lot about
I
it.
don't think you're scared enough.
I'm not scared. I have a brain tumor. Like, I mean,
Well, if you're an older person, you've that along with that losing all
The
of that, your
dehydration.
dehydration.
okay, that
and
I understand.
if
So
you're
I guess if you
weak.
get it, I am weak. I don't know why you're yelling at me, but
autoimmune diseases.
if I get it, if someone gets it and they're having a lot of diarrhea and are potentially getting dehydrated, you do need to seek medical attention, right?
That's
and you
right.
need to get fluids and hydrate. Is there a pill for it that will turn your poop blocky black?
That was another kind of worm.
There is not a pill, but providers can prescribe antibiotics to help treat this parasite. So if you are in this situation and you do believe that you might have the cyclosporiasis, you should contact your provider.
Well, and we will protect our guests at Joy's house at all costs.
Absolutely.
I'm still going to eat a banana.
Well, I think you should. I think this is
Terry wants
Good
me
luck.
to boil it.
food safety.
Boil it,
Food
smash
safety.
it,
This should really
drink it.
not be about panicking.
But it is good information. I'm glad to know about it. And I'm glad that we can inform our caregivers and that we can take care of our guests here. I do not want to panic.
No, all
I'm
you got to
still
do
going to eat my fruits and vegetables.
eat your fruits and vegetables, wash your hands, rinse
Terry's
the
not.
produce like you should be, keep all your surfaces clean, definitely separate raw meat from ready-to-eat foods. I mean, we should be doing that either way.
Right. I mean, this is just
Yeah.
the stuff that we should be doing.
This is food safety 101
Food safety.
that we
This
should
is
be
just
doing
food
either
safety.
way. Yeah.
I know we have to go and we're going to take a break, but like I wash my watermelon before I eat it.
Not good enough.
You want me to boil
the watermelon.
we got to take a break.
Well,
We'll be back here in just
with
a
boiled
moment.
watermelon. You can find past episodes of the show at joycehouse.org. And be sure to like and follow us on Facebook too. If you'd like to connect with us to discuss show topics, need help connecting with resources, have a question that you'd like for us to answer on air, or you just want to say hi to Tina and Terry, you can reach us at joycehouse.org.
Or Noah.
Or you can say hi to me too. I would love that too. Or you can email Tina at joycehouse.org. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecasts, radar, and Indiana sports all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is Caregiver Crossing, and we are your friends. I'm Terry Stacy. Tina McIntosh is here. Also, Noah Taylor producing the show, and we're grateful to welcome to our studios here DeAndre Safer and Jevon Hill from Helping Hands Home Management, right here to Caregiver Crossing. And we're going to talk about what you do and all the services. And I guess, Jevon, we will start with you and just tell us about what this great place is, Helping Hands Home Management.
It's a great place to be. Thank you for having us here. Helping Hands is a caregiving company to serve the community, provide resources and different ideas or different kind of understandings for the aged and disabled.
So if I'm caring for, let's say, my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know where to go, do I call you first, or does somebody refer me to you?
Well, we would want someone to basically refer them to
Yeah.
us from the doctor's office or from some place like that you might have started with as far as the hospital.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation or the need of the person. So once that person, or if they give you the referral, then you would come to us. But if not, it's just a matter of searching someone who can give you that helping hand.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
We see
Yeah.
what you
See
did
what I'm
there.
saying? So that's why we named it that, because people say, well, I need a helping hand with something. Then they go with that thought process and go from there.
How
Yeah.
long have you been around?
We've been in business for 4 going on 5 years.
And
Oh, wow. You came in right after COVID.
yeah, I was just going to say,
Yes, right at that time of COVID, we got the call to be of a resource.
Oh,
you got the call.
We got the call, the higher calling,
Yeah.
if I may say.
God.
Yeah.
You got the call. God called.
Yeah. Have you, is this something that you already had experience with as in a caregiver place? Were you ever there in that spot as a caregiver?
Yes. The whole thing about being a caregiver for your loved one is you do it automatically. You never know what position you're going to be in as a child or as an adult when you're caring for your mother or father, or even the older adult caring for their mother or father.
Yeah.
So a lot of us have been doing this for a while. We just didn't know that there was a program that was back behind it. And then once you get into the program, that you could be compensated for that.
And I think a lot of people don't even know there's a term, right? Like, I'm just the granddaughter. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
I don't identify as a caregiver. I just,
And that's
doing
what
the
it is.
thing.
A lot of people just identify as just being in the right place at the right time for the person who's needed.
you're an extension.
So yes,
You're a helping hand.
We're-
I get it. I'm a little slow this morning, but I absolutely get it. And so, DeAndre Safer, you've been there for how long?
So I've been there since 2022.
Okay.
myself.
Okay. And for you, it's hard in a job like this because you're client coordinator. So you're talking with the families all the time and probably helping to dig into what is it that they need? What gaps do they have in their lives? Is that correct?
So we go all the way down from asking their first and last name all the way down to making a full entire schedule throughout the week with the client. So,
Yeah. And, people always talk about leaving your work at work when you go home.
Right.
Is that possible when you care about people?
No.
Yeah.
It's just to be honest, no. My phone goes off 24/7. But honestly, my biggest thing is as long as you're calling me and it's actually something that's caring, I'm always going to answer. And as long as you're calling me through that same phone number that I have that I keep giving out, I'm going to answer 24/7. It could be at midnight that you're having a problem. I'm still going to answer that phone.
We used to think, I think we've been doing the Caregiver Crossing show now for a lot of years. And I used to think
15 or 16 or
something like
24.
that.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
when we started, I think for me, just being naive about it, I thought the face of a caregiver was about a 45-year-old female. And tell us what that face is of that caregiver for you guys.
So the face can be anything, honestly. It was always a face of like a child that was taking care of their grandmother, or even a grandson taking care of their grandmother. Because honestly, one of our first clients was my grandmother. So I used
And
to
you
take
were
her-
that grandson.
Yeah, I was that grandson that used to take care of
Okay,
her.
wait. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
All right.
used to
Sorry. I
take
just
care
had
of
to
her.
digest it. Like you as a little boy caring for your
Yeah.
grandmother is really just a beautiful sight.
Right. So I
Were
used to
you
take care of
forced
her.
into that spot?
No, it was never a force. It was always something I always wanted to do. So if it was ever a single thing that she needed help for, I was always there for her. And then it got to a point where I moved to Seattle for a little bit, and then my cousin at the time started taking care of her until I got back.
Somebody in your family has done well by instilling that in you, right?
Right.
If it's not just you, it's others in the family too, then someone is talking about that. Because I think one of the big issues we have in our communities, in our nation really, is we don't have the respect and care for aging adults in particular. And I know caregiving can go in lots of different directions. But we have a history of kind of casting aside someone as they get older or have a life-altering diagnosis. And I would imagine, to the contrary, the business that the two of you are in is more of how can we keep families together
Mm-hmm.
and how can we keep someone independent. And
Yes.
so what are some things that you would refer to a family to help with that?
Well, it's really about, as far as like resources. Doing, I won't say doing an assessment, but we have to have the conversation, open communication with a person, trying to find out what the need is. Once we find out what their need is, then we kind of go around and say, okay, this is how we can turn around and be a resource to you. Like I said, a lot of people don't know where to start or where to begin at. So it's just really about having that open conversation about, what's going on. Once we do that, then we turn around and we use our mindsets to go out and say, okay, this is what we can do or what we can't do.
Because you'll walk the journey. It's not just a one-time call. Like,
Correct.
I'm assuming there are some people you have a relationship with for months or years.
Years, because once we, like I said, if a person doesn't know what to do, then we tell them how to go about getting the services. We walk them through the script of what it is like to get the service, because a lot of people don't know what to say. And if they say the wrong thing, they can be disqualified. So we walk them through the whole process. Once they get approved for the service, then we still stay in touch with them to make sure that the services stay intact, that they don't lose any of their Medicaid or Medicare.
I was saying, you're talking Medicaid, Medicare,
Yeah.
HCC,
Yes.
like all of the myriad of waivers and programs that are out there.
Yes.
And it's a lot.
And it is a lot.
And it changes a lot.
And it does change.
It's hard.
But Medicaid does cover this.
Medicaid does cover it. One of the main things now that we're starting to do is reach out to those folks who are basically a private pay type situation. A lot of people don't want to use their insurance, so they say, "Well, I do have the extra funds to go about hiring somebody with y'all." What does that look like?
Would you be considered care coaching or geriatric consultation, or is there a term for what you all do?
You just said it.
Okay. All right.
All that.
Geriatric consultation. I like that. It's basically all it is. It's consultation. It's communication.
Yeah.
So we can put a name to it, but it's just really that's going to be one-on-one, talking to the family member or the person, seeing what their need is.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you love most about the job? Because it is a job, even though you're helping people, and I get it. It's a ministry. It's a
It's
mission.
a calling, you said.
It's a
Yeah.
calling, right? Like, I totally understand that. As a human, what do you love most? So, who wants to go first? DeAndre?
I'll go first. Honestly, I think what you just said now is what I love the most. That it feels like it's not a job, but it is a job.
Yes.
I know I take care of people throughout the day 24/7, but the people that I take care of, honestly, they feel like my family. So it doesn't even feel like a job when I take care of all these people. It just feels like I'm just trying to expand my horizon, I would say.
We understand that. Noah and I we both work at Joy's house. And so I feel the same way about the families we care for. Like, it's okay if they call me in the middle of the night.
Right.
It doesn't usually happen, but like 8:00 at night, or, it's okay to call and talk on the weekends. Like, I think sometimes just knowing that someone else is there is
Yeah.
almost enough.
Right.
Knowing that somebody has your phone number and can call you.
That they can trust.
Right?
Trust is such a big thing, and it's just also knowing that you can trust somebody too.
It's truth. Jevon,
Yeah.
for you.
It's the building of the trust. A lot of people don't know where to go. So when you get somebody, you walk them through the whole process, and they finally get approved for services, and they finally get someone there, a caregiver in their home, or their loved one knows that they can come and help them out. That completion of that cycle is, I won't say it's what I live for, but the completion. It feels good to help somebody else who didn't think that they didn't have anyone. So we do run into a lot of people who they have no one to help them in a situation. They don't have anybody to talk to, and they're frustrated, and they get depressed because they're hurting, for one, because they don't have any help. So when we
Yes.
come along and we walk them through the whole process, then they turn around and call us at that 8 or 9 o'clock just for the general conversation. Then we say, hey, just relax, calm down. Tomorrow's a different day. We keep walking them through that every day. And then when they finally get the services rendered to them, it's a win-win.
Well, we're going to have to take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment. We're going to learn more about Helping Hands Home Management. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about Caregiver Crossing, you can go to joyshouse.org. We do want to thank our wonderful sponsors and partners at Cardon and Associates. And so we'll be back here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Hi, everybody. We're back on Caregiver Crossing. I'm Tina McIntosh in the Joy's House studio. Noah Taylor to my right. Oh, Noah doesn't have his mic. I'll share my mic with you. Hello. Terry Stacy to my left.
Hey.
And then we've got new friends in with us. We've got Jevon Hill, who is CFO at Helping Hands Home Management, and just learned his stepson, Am I allowed to say that out loud?
Yeah, you could say that out.
It's good because I just
Too
actually
late now.
did. DeAndre Safer, and he is the client coordinator at Helping Hands Home Management. They do geriatric and other consultation and really walk with families during the caregiving and living out our days, just navigation. And so very important work, but we just learned that they're related. And what that also means for us is that this is a family-based local
I like
company.
that. Like knowing that.
And we love that,
Yeah.
right? So Helping Hands Home Management is who we're talking to. And gentlemen, you have a festival coming up.
Yes.
Who wants to tell us about the festival?
I will.
Do it. All right, DeAndre here.
So I'm the host of the festival. I'm DeAndre Safer again.
I'm
we
going to
have-
need you to say that loud, like you are behind the board. Like, yes.
So I am the host of the festival. My name is DeAndre Safer, but we have over 20 plus vendors that will be at this festival. This festival will consist of Alzheimer's Associates, Dementia Friendly Indianapolis, Sokoa Friends and Asian and Home Solutions, and of course Helping Hands Home Management as the host. So the address is going to be at 5649 Lee Road, Suite 2, Indianapolis, Indiana 46216. And like I said, we're going to have 20 plus different vendors there.
That's great. When is it coming up?
What's the date?
It's coming August 12th.
August 12th.
Yeah,
Okay.
from
And
12
it's
to 3.
12 to 3. Thank
Yep.
you. Go on.
And basically, like all the vendors will be able to help out people. It could be somebody that's just a little kid that couldn't hear. We'll have somebody from Chapel come and give them a phone for free just because they can't hear.
Oh, wow.
Those are the type of vendors we'll have. Like the vendors, everything that they'll bring is 100% free. So every person that comes, if they have any type of disability, I would like for them to come to every single table, just seeing what they can get. Even if they have like a vaccine that they can't even get or they've been missing, the Indiana Department of Health will be doing vaccines there right on the spot. Any vaccine that you need for any senior, any disabled person that's available.
Is there a place where people can go to learn more about the festival in case they're like, well, I hear you, but is it for me? Is there a
Right,
place where
right.
they can call or inquire?
Yeah, so we have it on the Dementia Friendly Indianapolis website. We have our own event spotlight on there, and then the flyers on there as well. Also, you can check on Facebook because I did make a post on there for Helping Hands Summer Festival.
Perfect.
And then also on our Facebook, Helping Hands Home Management, we have our own Facebook where our festival is on as well.
Excellent. So Helping Hands Home Management, something tells me if you Google that, you will find more information about the Senior Summit Festival. If I may, Terry.
Oh, please.
So you mentioned the dementia friendly, and I'm going to hand my mic to Noah Taylor,
There we go.
everybody knows and loves, because that's how the two of you first met, right?
Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. So DeAndre and I are both part of the leadership team for the Dementia Friendly Indianapolis Action Team, which is really about advocacy, education, and most importantly, events for our loved ones with Alzheimer's. I think the most wonderful thing about these events is it's not just for the caregivers, but it's also for our loved ones who have these diagnoses too. So it's been an honor to work with DeAndre and the Dementia Friendly team.
Well, go into that further, what this team is all about. What, DeAndre, please explain a little bit about what this team does.
So Dementia Friendly, the team, basically, we will make up different meetings every other month, and we will come up with topics. Like our next topic, I believe, is about Medicaid versus Medicare. So we will go through.
That's one of Tina and I. We really love that topic.
It's the big
You know,
one.
we
Right,
can't
that's
get
the huge
enough
one.
of that particular topic.
Right, because we never
It's
know
so
what
hard.
we're qualified for.
Right.
That's the biggest thing that I've noticed about people. They'll come to me, they'll say like, hey, I don't know if I'm qualified to have a caregiver. And honest truth, a lot of people are qualified for it, for caregiver through Medicaid or even Medicare. So our next meeting is going to be a lot about that, about what you can get qualified for, what type of
That's
services you
awesome.
can get accepted for, stuff like that.
Well, let's talk about that. Jevon, I wonder if you're the right one to answer this question, but what do you wish that more families knew about advocating for themselves when they're talking with providers or agencies or benefit folks?
The one thing is not to be overwhelmed, not to be afraid to ask the right question. That's the main thing. When it comes to you talking to your doctor or a physician, not to be afraid to ask those questions. People say, is that a silly question to ask? Or they think they talk themselves out of it. just don't be afraid. If you don't know what you don't know, how will you know?
Right. Right.
So it's one of those kinds of things. Don't be afraid to ask a question.
Recently somebody talked with me about the beginner mindset versus the expert mindset. I'm saying words that are going to make everybody gloss over, I know, but it was more about being inquisitive about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of we walk into something and pretend we have all the answers, right? I walk into the doctor's office with my husband and I already pretend I've got everything mapped out and I know all the answers and you can't tell me anything I don't already know. Versus I go in with the beginner mindset of, I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder about this. Tell me about that. Like wanting to learn things. And I don't know, when you said that, that's what popped into my head. Like if we all could go in and realize beginner's mindset is really healthy.
So it's just like DeAndre was saying, he caring for his grandmother. And I care for my mom as well, me and my sister. And going to the doctor with her now is a lot different as a child, but then as the caregiver, as a son. So my questions are a lot different when I say, my mom being a woman is very private. But now I have to be a little bit more forceful or a little bit more bold with my questions. I don't want it to offend my mother and her secrecy as a woman.
Yeah.
But as crossing that line as a man, but as a son and as a caregiver, I got to say, hey, doc, what's going on with mom? What are these symptoms? What are these things? These are things that I'm noticing that's going on with her. As they dialogue that and see what I'm talking about, then I kind of get a picture and say, okay, mom, this is what I'm going to be doing for you from here on out. So it kind of painting a picture for myself to say, this is the care that she's going to need. And like you said, being a beginner, a beginning understanding of what's going on, now I can ask different questions instead of acting like that I do know something. And her not being afraid to tell me certain things as well.
That's right.
It's making you smarter, being able to teach that too, through what you're doing with Helping Hands. You're living this journey right now.
Yes.
Tell us website.
hhwecare.com. And
is there a phone number?
Yes, the phone number is 317-353-5161.
Wonderful. Well, gentlemen, thank you for the work you're doing. Thank you for everything, for creating and seeing through Helping Hands Home Management. We're grateful that you're in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Clap. Good claps. All right. And additional claps for Cardon and Associates, who are big supporters and partners here at Joy's House and on Caregiver Crossing. And if you want to learn anything more or suggest somebody for the show, you can email me at tina@joyshouse.org. All right. We'll be back here in just a moment on Caregiver Crossing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's a show called Caregiver Crossing. I'm Terry Stacy, Tina McIntosh here, and also Noah Taylor producing today's show. Thanks to all of our guests that were a part of the show today. We end with this. Danny Glover, who we all love as an actor, also is known as an activist, certainly for his films The Color Purple and Lethal Weapon and Dreamgirls. He shared publicly that he is living with Alzheimer's disease. Bless his heart.
Yeah, I was touched to learn this. I think there's something, and Noah, Terry and I are a little bit ahead of you in this life with years that we've lived on the earth. We're older. There is something, Terry, for me hearing these people that we have grown up knowing decades in our lives coming to the front with their diagnoses that are dying, like
able to share that. Absolutely.
And I'm so glad they share it. Like,
I'm glad they do too. They have a great number of people that listen to them and follow them and love them dearly like family.
Yes, it's influencing. It helps take the stigma, out of things. And so his daughter, Mandisa Glover, said that one of the first signs was not like a dramatic moment, but it was just a change in the way that he was telling some of those old familiar stories.
Yeah.
And how old is Danny Glover now? Do we know? I'm gonna look it up.
I'm actually not sure. I'm gonna guess.
I'm gonna guess.
I'm gonna guess 70.
Oh, you're going in the 70s?
I'm going 78.
I was gonna go 81.
Oh, he's 79. So I feel like you both
we were
win
both
at
right.
the guessing
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's been, talking about, she described him as someone who could remember these tiny little details from, decades ago. And then suddenly there were parts and pieces of the story that he'd told for years that were just missing. And I mean, I think we can all see that in people around us or feel that, like we understand those words. And so it's important that we do talk about this. If you start noticing changes with your loved one like that, you've got to talk with a medical professional. There are so many times, my friends, that it can be a UTI, some kind of a urinary tract infection.
Or something that from medication, a side effect of medication.
A lack of sleeping, stress. I have someone very close in my life that when this person is stressed, we are convinced that it is a dementia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the stress goes away and there's like a firing that starts to happen in the brain and comes back. But for someone like Glover, whose memory and storytelling were such a strong part of who he was, that change showed up in the details of those stories. Like that was really important. And for them, they just knew to start watching things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So
do you test yourself every once in a while? Test your own memory?
Say that a different way.
Sometimes to make sure you're still remembering things. Sometimes I will go through and in my brain and remember all of the teachers I've had, like starting at kindergarten.
Girl,
and then
you can
moving
do
up.
that?
Well, not so much anymore, but as well as I did before. Now I'm forgetting a few.
I
But
just remember
those
Mr.
kind of
Neuenschwander.
things.
I think I don't remember my kindergarten teacher's name, but after that, I think
You could do
I
it.
could probably.
I'm not good at
do
that
it.
game.
And then also the states alphabetically.
Now that I cannot do. I know the song though. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas.
There was
Was
a
that good?
TikTok challenge around.
I feel like there's more. I was waiting for the
Independence
rest.
Day.
There's a lot more.
And the TikTok challenge was how many you could get in 60 seconds.
No, I'm terrible at
everybody's saying
all
it,
of
that
those
song.
things. I do sometimes run a stroke test on myself
Now what
if
is
I've
that?
been really stressed out.
What's that one?
Well, I do okay, I'm smiling and both sides of my mouth are going up and I'll say words out loud and I'm not slurring them. And I think for me, it's
Yeah.
having the brain tumor and some of the things that I've got going on inside of there. I get a little nervous that things are misfiring. It's okay though.
Yeah.
But yeah, or, like checking your arms, like do you have movement and mobility in both of your arms? So there's things you can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know about
have
that test.
run, we need to talk about that sometime then. I have run a dementia test on someone in my life where you draw the clock and have them,
Yes.
like you do the circle with the dot in the middle and say,
Yeah.
do 11:25 for me. And it's interesting to watch that. Or the whole, and this is a hard one, I'm going to give you 3 words.
This is the one I don't do well on.
Right? I'm going to give you
ever.
3 words and we're going to have a conversation. At the end of the conversation, I want you to say those 3 words back to me.
It is so hard for me. I have a lot.
But it's
in
hard
my
for you
brain.
even on a good day
It's
20
right.
years ago,
It's-
right?
It's never been my skill.
So you've got to take that into consideration too. That if it's just how you're made, like I can't name all my teachers. I probably couldn't
So it
even
wouldn't
name
be a
them when I was in their
problem.
class.
Yeah.
It's just not how
So
I'm made.
it wouldn't be a problem
That's
if,
right.
if you weren't able
You're
to.
really good though, Tina, with words of songs from yesteryear.
Okay, so she's making fun of me because earlier in the show she said something and it reminded me of an inappropriate 80s song, right? It's inappropriate. I don't think you should say
I was
that.
gonna say if I can't sing it on the air here, then
Yeah.
it's probably not.
But she blurted it out.
I
She
I
knew
got
it
it
and
with
she
the like.
remembered the words. She's really good. As you know, oftentimes you find those that have a dementia, they do remember lyrics of songs. Oftentimes,
Is she going to
right?
give me a test? I'll pass.
It's test
I've got
time.
this. But it is important. I want everybody to understand that if you're
Yeah.
starting to notice these small shifts or, even the big things, and you wonder what they mean, then you've got to talk with a medical professional. Don't leave it up to your loved one to talk to the medical professional. You need to be a part of that.
Have to
Or
advocate.
somebody else has to advocate. That's right. And
Right.
so it's really hard because when you're in that early dementia, there's a cognitive decline time period. We've talked about it before where sometimes people say, oh, my loved one's been diagnosed with early onset dementia, or they'll say a cognitive impairment, early cognitive impairment, or mild cognitive MCI. And those 40% of people who are diagnosed will have a full dementia diagnosis within 5 years, but the other 60% just don't. We just get older.
Right.
We get a little rusty, Noah. Like literally, physically,
Physically, mentally,
Emotionally.
emotionally.
we get a little rusty.
Sometimes
So
need a little bit of oil.
Yeah. All right. What else? You've got like 1 minute to.
I do have a question for you real quick. So what does it mean in Mandisa and Danny Glover's case here to let someone keep ownership of their story after their diagnosis?
Meaning he gets to tell his own story.
He gets to tell his own story.
I mean, the reality is we're humans, and just because we have a diagnosis doesn't mean we have to be an open book about things.
Right.
And so I think for him to take control, and along with his daughter, who sounds like his advocate, and making an assumption there, I think it's a really beautiful thing that he gets to share what he wants, when he wants, and how he wants. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I'm happy he's sharing it because it does influence other people to, one, pay attention in their own lives, and to advocate for themselves and their loved ones, and to realize that a diagnosis doesn't mean the end of the world.
No.
So, I hats off to him. I'm glad that he's doing that. I'm glad he's doing it on his own terms. And I wish him the best. He has had an impact on a lot of us in our lives, and just grateful.
We love you, Danny. We love you. As we close the show today, we just like to remind our listeners that they can contact us for more information and resources to help you through the journey of caregiving at joycehouse.org. Caregiver Crossing is supported by Cardon & Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest, and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Until next time, take great care of each other.